This is Goddess on Deck. You know what to expect. Real shit in real time. Nothing more, nothing less. Peace, everyone. This is Q, so you already know how I do. I do have a brief subject for you today on this Monday afternoon. So I hope everyone's day is going well. It's sort of hot today. It's beautiful, though. Be grateful. We woke up today. For those who are listening, we woke up. And so today's subject is about creating a path others will be afraid to walk. Now, I simply will just address some of the different paths that most of us are prone to due to traditional thinking and behaviors and opinions of others. So, number one, most travel the path of others paved for them, meaning from your parents, your coaches, your friends, due to peer pressure or just being influenced by those closest to you, your aunts, your grandmothers, whoever, okay, your teachers. And those are the ones who have the ability to influence you the most during your earliest years. Okay. In self-love, the formula regarding discovering yourself, in step one, you have to reverse your thought process. So we always go to the beginning and where everything started. So most of the time, it starts from how we were raised, what we were influenced by. So when it comes to the traditional paths, number two, such as school, college, so-called jobs or so-called good jobs, happy family traditions, holiday traditions, these are the things that our family have programmed us to believe that will bring us outside motivation, love, validation, if we can accomplish these things. And we're never really taught to walk our own path. It's always based on what others have done before us. And we're always either influenced by those things because we hear it all the time. It's something that is constantly spoken about, as if you will go the wrong way when you do your own thing. So number three is the fear of being different, taking risk, failure, the fear of failing, the fear of opinions, and the fear of not being successful if you create your own path. So these are the three top reasons why most people go along with the program, because they're afraid of facing the downside of all of this. Now, the reason why I'm going into this is because this should motivate you to be more encouraged to go against that grain anyway, regardless of who is telling you not to. Because most likely the persons who are telling you not to do it are afraid of their own failure. They're afraid of their own past. And they haven't even faced their own shit enough to tell you what you shouldn't do. So the downside to this is that, number one, you will feel lonely. You will alienate yourself, mainly because you will realize that the people that you thought were your family and friends and companions, or, just even your spouse. It could be anyone that you're extremely close to, someone that you were raised with, or just someone that you grew to love over time as friends. And you'll end up alienating yourself because these individuals will not support your goals. They will not support your dreams, your efforts, your inspirations, anything that you inspire to do or aspire to do. They will just not be there for you the way that you would expect them to. And that's why I do also vouch for not having any expectations at all, because people will let you down. However, that you can count on, but you letting yourself down is a no-no. So number two, you face regret. Now, you assume you may have made the wrong decisions when you create your own path, because you're faced with all these obstacles, all these opinions, all these, judgments from other people. And because you're alienating yourself, you're now feeling regretful to some degree. Some people can handle this stage a lot better than others, where they simply just don't give a fuck. However, some count on that validation so much that it tears them down. It wears them down. It makes them feel like shit at the end of the day and at the beginning of the day. It's just something that they have to learn that happens to everyone when anyone takes this path. So number 3, you question yourself more. You face self-doubt, and because you stand out more at that. Okay. So not only did you question yourself when you're walking the path that everyone else is walking, however, you question yourself even more so when you go against it. So because you're standing out for going against the grain and going against what everyone else is doing and what everyone else agrees that you should do when it's not their life, you now have more doubt building up. So it's a process of learning to trust yourself. So that's why number 4 is also learn to trust the process, having blind faith, because while you're learning this, you will begin to learn to trust yourself or to trust your gut. It's all about having faith in the process to the point where you know that you're making the right decision for yourself and no one else can tell you that it's the wrong decision, especially if you see and you can feel, you can pretty much taste the outcome, and it's beneficial to your life, beneficial to your family if you have one, beneficial for others around you, and others will be motivated by this process as well. So it's something that you just have to trust within yourself. And that's why I say having blind faith, because you really have no idea how it will all work itself out. Then number 5, forgive yourself of the things that you have done that hurt others. Meaning, when you had to leave people behind, when you had to break up with someone because you simply have grown apart from them, or just simply evolving for you. Most people do not realize that the strength to evolve for yourself is so much more threatening and intimidating to those who are afraid and doubtful, that that's like the main one that can keep someone feeling obligated to serving other people that they don't need to serve, all because that person or those people were there when you did not have yourself together or when you did not know who you were. So they hold that against you. Remember, I did this for you when you needed me here, or I did that for you. And that's fine that you've done that. But because they had the expectation, or they put a little bit in to earn some type of insurance to make sure that they're guaranteed some type of validation in the latter part of the relationship to justify throwing it in your face. It's just simply something that you don't have to feel guilty about if you have to leave those types of people alone. Some people are more comfortable with you being comfortable. You understand? And sometimes being willing to evolve past your uncomfortabilities make them uncomfortable. So simply put, you just have to learn to don't give a shit. Okay? So once again, this is a quote that I have broken down. It's basically speaking about the traditional thinking patterns that have been forced onto us since birth, and that's due to schooling, college, your parenting skills if you're a parent, or if you've been parented by someone who thinks like this, and then the downside of it. So that's to create a path others will be afraid to walk. So don't be afraid to walk that path if it's yours. No one else can tell you what you're meant to do on this planet. Only you can do it, So that's your superpower. That's your motivation for the day. I hope everything is going well for you, and I hope that you learn something from this. It's just a brief little audio, but I love you very much, and peace.